Welcome, everyone, to the Governor Livingston podcast. Today, Bridget and I will be discussing The Catcher in the Rye and what its core focus is.
The main focus of Catcher is about the experience of people not fitting into society's standards. Throughout the story, Holden has been ostracized for not fitting in and being different than other kids his age. And I have to say that Holden is not the only person not fitting in. Many young kids finding who they are do not fit in.
Are there any other people you can think of?
Many. There are insecure people who are not being themselves just to be accepted, and even little kids who look at celebrities and think they have to be like them. They think that since they are so rich and important, they have to be like them too.
I agree with that. That reminds me that there was this girl that I went to school with who loved and still loves Harry Potter. Whenever I saw her, she was reading the books. Her favorite character was Hermione, and when the actress who played her got a pixie cut, she did too. She got the haircut so she could feel like the celebrity too, which seems forced and sad.
So, could you say that it is great to be yourself and to not be what someone tells you to be?
Definitely. You shouldn't do stuff that you do not want to do. It's kind of like peer pressure. And also joining the bandwagon. A little bit like fidget spinners. These spinners were told to help with ADHD, but I've known people that were very calm throughout the day, and they've gotten one. So not having a fidget spinner could in this case not make you fit into standards. Now I have a question for you. Do you think that other races and cultures go through what Holden went through?
Of course, many African Americans and Muslims go through this. They are different from the majority of the American population. Also, special needs people don't fit in. They get less respect than others because they are different. They sometimes feel ashamed of who they are because they are not like the rest of us.
Can the core focus of The Catcher in the Rye relate to teens today?
Yes, some people feel under pressure and don't know what to do to be better than their parents. They freak out when they think about what if they don't fit in today's standards. That is why some kids today do what other people do just to fit into society's standards and expectations.
Do any other people not fit society's standards?
Yes, people like Darius and Darius Goes West did not fit into society's standards. He was not treated right by getting wheelchair accessible places. This entire movie proves that disabled people sometimes don't fit today's society standards and expectations. It seems great to read this book to GL sophomores to teach them to be themselves.
Yeah, because they have not gone to college and picked out majors that would actually shape up the rest of their lives. Also, the core focus of The Catcher in the Rye can relate to mostly anyone that reads it. As a wrap-up to this podcast, what were your initial impressions of this book after reading it the first time?
As many other people would say, I thought that this story only related to teenagers who don't fit in.
And how about after studying the core focus?
Now I realize that many other people who don't fit in can relate to this story. As we said, people like insecure people, little kids, minorities, and disabled people can relate to this story a lot.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And please join us next week where we discuss negative cultural influences and their impact on the human experience.